What is going on, Colts Nation? He is Jamal, and I'm Eric, your co-host of the Colts Cast. Hey, look, the Indianapolis Colts take on the Buffalo Bills at Lucas Oil Stadium on Sunday, November 10th. Week 10 matchup, 1 p.m. You know, we're not getting any more primetime games, Jamal.
They tried, bro.
I don't know where the Colts go from here, but where are we starting today?
We're gonna start with actually hit that like and subscribe button. Let us know you're here. Drop a comment below. Let us know how you feeling. Hit us with a photo shoot, comment something. Tell us how you feel about going into this Buffalo Bills game this week. Eric, I actually was just looking at my desk here a little while ago, right before we started recording, and I stumbled upon this grand old season ticket member letter, blah blah blah. They send you out every year, and it's talking about from the head coach Shane Steichen. I just want to read a quick little passage out of
Big
there.
Man himself.
See where we stand in regards to where we were looking. So just a quick paraphrase here. Even though we fell a game short of our goal of winning the AFC South last season, showed me that we've got a very talented and promising team with a blueprint for success in the future. Mr. Irsay has provided us with everything we've asked, and Chris Ballard and his team are working tirelessly to build and improve our roster. Tirelessly. For my part, everything starts to win in the division. So that's what we'll be laser focused on in 2024. We'll continue to emphasize character, preparation, consistency, and being relentless in everything we do on and off the field. Just want to leave that there. The rest of that letter doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, we hit everything in that letter. All the Indianapolis Colts, they're firing on all cylinders.
All cylinders, baby. Winning this division. Irsay set us up for success. Ballard's been working tirelessly all year during free agency, during the regular season, benching quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks, not talking to us or the media. Hey, we're here to talk about the Colts versus the Bills, bro. What's up?
You know what? It's crazy that we are second place in the AFC South. I mean, this division, it is crazy weird. You know, like the Jaguars, I mean, they just won the division like, what, 2 years ago? Or was it last year? No, it wasn't last year. It was 2 years ago, right?
That was 2 years ago, yeah. The Texans. They
Texans. But
top off the thing.
And now they're 2-7. Even the Titans, they won it a few years ago. They're 2-6. But yeah, we're staying in that mediocre 4-5, baby. Gotta be mediocre. I've never said this. You know, I've always said, you know, as a fan, you root for your team to win no matter what. Through the ups and downs. Like, I'm not a proponent of tanking, but I ain't gonna lie. y'all took all the fun out of this season out of me. Like, where do we go in this Bills game, man? Like the Bills, they're definitely gonna win the AFC East. I mean, it's pretty set in stone now, I would say. I mean, there's probably a mathematical calculation where they don't win it, but I mean, look. We decided to bench Anthony Richardson. That's staying put for now. We got Joe Flacco going in. Like, how much energy do you have going into this game?
I don't think anybody has much energy going into this game. I'm not gonna lie. And honestly, the only thing I could think of for this game for us is this could be a trap game for the Bills because the Bills, I think, have the Chiefs next week. So I don't think they're really focused on Indianapolis rolling through town. Right now, I think they're sitting like 7-2 or something along those lines. So if anything, this can maybe be a sneaky game where the Colts could figure out a way to ramp up a little win just because the Bills aren't too terribly worried about us.
Exactly what we did to the Kansas City Chiefs 2 years ago.
You're right.
That was an exact trap. Yeah,
yeah. Maybe that'll be the highlight for us. I don't know. I will say though, taking a look here for us, the Bills against the Dolphins here last week, they gave up 149 yards on the ground with 31 carries. So that just tells me that there's one player who's got to be the man this week, and that's going to be JT. I know I say that every week, but I mean,
can
at least give us
game.
something. Yeah, let me see a couple 20, 30-yard runs. That'll make me excited. I don't know.
So we have to establish the running game or we can't win the game. I mean, it's obvious in point, just like last week. Didn't have a run game going. Didn't really have much going, but, you know, when you have a solid run game, when Jonathan Taylor is toting the ball for 5 yards per carry, it makes life easier on a quarterback. But we all know the run game flourished when Richardson was back there. I mean, I don't have the exact stats, but I can just tell you, just from watching the game, bird's eye view, it looked better. It is better. So that will be something, Jamal. I have to say, Jonathan Taylor, he's the best running back in the league when healthy. I guess there's an argument for Derrick Henry right now. Like, that man is
he's different.
To probably win Offensive Player of the Year, but like, I don't know. You put Jonathan Taylor on the Ravens, like, I think he's doing the exact same thing or even better.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, especially like with Henry, I feel like a couple of those big burst running he has for 60, 70 yards, they kind of pad those numbers for him because sometimes he's only getting 2 or 3 chunks, But then we look at someone like JT, like you said, consistently hitting 4, 4.5, 5, and then hitting you with a 12, 15 yarder every once, every little bit. So, yeah, I agree. I mean, JT is arguably top one.
Yeah, and I want to say last time we played the Buffalo Bills, like, JT had a monster game. So, and I think we won that game, right? That was like 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, it was like 41-15 or something like that. JT dropped like a 4-burger on him, something crazy.
That was vintage JT. That was like 1,800 yard, 18 touchdown JT. That was, oh my God. That was an incredible year for him. But yeah, I think it starts with JT. You're right, Jamal. If they struggle to even stop him, I think this offense can get something done. But man, Josh Allen's on the other side, and he's like top 3 in the running for NFL MVP. Even the Bills, they were supposed to have a down year. Like, their pass catching group got worse. I think their defense lost a lot of players, but they look as dominant as ever. And I could see this game being a trap game, Jamal, but more than likely, I think I know what's going to happen. Even though we've only lost these games by 1 possession games, this could easily be a game where we just get absolutely eviscerated at home. I'm speaking the truth here.
Yeah, no, I mean, and you're not wrong for speaking the truth. I mean, again, as we've seen throughout the entire season for us, we've been in these tight games week in and week out. I just truly don't know what's going to happen. We don't know which Colts team is going to show up, the one that decides to do a little bit or the one that decides to do a lot of bit and still barely make it across. But I don't want to switch straight to the defense, but I want to bring this up to you because it kind of had me thinking. I saw this video a little earlier too that was with Gus Bradley, and he was asked, I think by Kent Sterling, asked about how he feels about numbers, giving up yards, running, passing, all that stuff. And basically what he said was that he looks at them and we know them, but all he really cares about is how many points we're letting up at the end of the game. And I mean, which I can see kind of where you're coming from, but obviously these things coincide. But they coincide.
Scoreboard matters.
A scoreboard does matter. But do you worry when we have someone like you said, a MVP candidate like Josh Allen coming into town, who we know they can score at a drop of a dime if they need to, they can score? Do we worry about like these numbers? Because clearly a time possession game has been big for us, being on the defensive side of the ball. That means we're allowing yards to go up, even though a team may not be scoring on every single possession. We're still getting our players on the field. They're getting tired. So clearly these yards that we're giving up matter. So to say that they don't matter, I think that's kind of like a contradiction, and it kind of stumbles over what the end goal of the game is.
I mean, you're absolutely right, but I think his theory is, hey, if I'm on, let's just say let's say our defense was giving up, just ballpark number, 700 total yards a game, but they only gave up 10 points somehow. So he's saying, man, if I'm only giving up 10 points a game, why does it matter, bro? Like, which we know that's not the case.
Right.
I guess he has a point there. If they're not putting points on the board like that, maybe we're stopping those red zone drives, or we're getting these really good turnovers, something like that, forcing field goals. I would see that, kind of makes sense. But
yeah,
let's be honest, Gus Bradley has been on the hot seat this entire year, just from the fan base. And I will say, haven't heard a lot of fire Gus Bradley's in past few games.
Offense side of the ball right now.
He has adapted, and that's something I asked of him from like week 2, week 1. Like, Gus Bradley doesn't adapt. He puts out, he goes into halftime, has a smoke break or something, just comes back out and fires out with the same exact thing he was doing in the first half. But I don't know. After Shane Steichen made that subtle comment, I do feel like he has adapted a little. Again, he's probably not the long-term answer. Our defense
Sure.
hasn't really gotten, amazing under his tenure here. So I'm not saying we should retain Gus Bradley, but right now I don't like, even last game was a perfect example of it wasn't the defense fault.
Mm-hmm.
But I can easily see this, man. The Bills are just striding along. They have their NFL MVP quarterback. We're starting Joe Flacco. QB Duel says they should kill us pretty easily. They're one of the best scoring offenses in the NFL. This might be a game where the defense really struggles. James Cook could get cooking on the ground. I don't know, man. I'm a little worried, and quite frankly, I believe we end up 4-6. I mean, simple as that.
Oh yeah. I mean, of course, I think everybody understands the mood and the tempo of this team right now. I fully agree with the 4-6. I mean, call it what you want. This team is not good. I mean, I've said it week in and week out. This team is not good. So it is what it is at this point. We just kind of push through and see what happens, and then we just kind of, I guess, kind of learn and grow from here. I don't really know. I think that it's hard to really be optimistic or even really give any foresight to us maybe to come in the future, just because I really don't know what's going to happen this offseason. I obviously we all have our idea of what should happen this offseason between players, coaches, and so on and so forth. But the reality of it is any other organization, if they're at this point right now, they'd be making moves, whether that be to lose players or lose coaches. But with the Colts, you don't really know what's going to happen. So it's like I can't even say, hey, even if we take the L this week, I'm okay with it because I know at the end of the season I'm going to have a new GM. I don't know that's going to happen. So I have to just sit here and be like, I mean, if we win, hey, I'm all about it. But if we lose, it is what it is. I mean, neither one truly helps us at this point. I mean, I guess losing helps us. When I say help, and not air quote, but helps us as far as draft capital goes. But again, like you said, we're not about the tank in life. So I guess it's just hard to really pick a side of like how you feel to be optimistic about this game, whether that be a W or an L, just because no one knows what the future of this organization is as long as the powers that be are back there.
And I feel like we've talked about the coaches, we've talked about the front office's future. We haven't really talked about the players that are going to be free agents. And there's actually one that just hit the IR, right, Jamal? That will be a free agent in 2025. That's Ryan Kelly himself. I mean, we got Mo Alley Cox in free agency, Joe Flacco, of course. I got EJ Speed, Julian Blackman, Dio Dangbo. There's a lot of players that, we're going to have to make some decisions about, what. And I will say a lot of those players, they probably should earn a contract going forward. And I think some of the others we could potentially cut ties in. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But, man, I just want to – I don't know. I don't want to be talking about mock drafts yet. I'll tell you that.
I know. Yeah, I agree. I don't want to, but the reality is setting in for us here at this point. But you know what I will say, though, kind of what you're just saying, I think we definitely will talk about these free agents for the future because they have a lot of decisions to make. I'm excited to see Tanner Bortolini get out there and get an opportunity to start. Ryan Kelly has missed a ton of games for us over the past couple of years.
Will
Fry.
I think when Will Fries went out, I mean, this offensive line took a shot, and I don't know, man. He was having a fire season. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. They're and it's crazy to think that that's still one of like, even though Will Fries is out and this is still one of our strongest parts of our team. Like, call it what you want. They still are producing when they need to. They're doing what they need to do on the offensive side of the ball. So it's crazy. I mean, I will say that, I've been the biggest person to say it's all an accordion. They all have to work together. So it's been nice to see these pieces kind of plug and play. But again, we haven't had a chance to really see these guys fully healthy for weeks now. And we saw when they were fully healthy, it was lights out. I mean, anybody could have done anything back there. So,
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see.
What's the score prediction?
Bills 30, Colts 13. I think Matt Gay gets 2 field goals and we get a touchdown. Yeah.
You think Matt Gay His 2 field goals?
Chip shots.
Yeah, you're
No,
right, you're
not
right.
yeah.
Oh, so we're gonna
40 or
drive on
below.
them. I like that. I
We're
like
gonna get 1 touchdown, and then we're gonna get near the red zone. Or I should say we're gonna get on. We're gonna get probably about the 35 or so, and then have to boot one in twice, and yeah, 30 to
Bills
13.
Bills 33, Colts fucking 7. Like, I don't know. Every time I say
Yeah.
like a lopsided score like that, I think we do the opposite. So I don't know.
I'll take that.
I really don't know what I want the Colts to do.
I
I
know,
don't
man.
want to be mediocre. Like, if we win this, like, we're gonna be 5-5, and it's like, oh man, we're riding on playoff contention, baby. Let's get it. And it's like, are we really? I don't know.
No, not
It's
to lose in
just,
the first round.
yeah, just to
I I just can't kind of wait to talk about the dynamic of the stadium on Sunday. We'll see how it is, Eric, after the post game, because I know that's one thing I feel like we've been lacking here lately. Like when it's been exciting, but obviously when it's been down and out, I mean, it's just been like very lackluster in the stadium. So I'm really hoping that there's just at least we can get excited about something, some big plays that kind of make you jump on your feet, because it's just been a lot of sitting around, just like moping and seeing people leave out of the stadium and stuff. So
yeah.
I'm hoping that we can at least get something to be happy about for a couple plays this week.
I hope so. But hey, if you're still here, let us know what you think in the comments. You know, I think we'll still have fun watching Colts football. I'm gonna still be watching the game. But you know, expectations are a little lower for me on the fun side of things when Anthony Richardson is not in there. So hey, just being real.
That's fair, dog.
Hey, that's going to be it for us, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Colts Cast. We are live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or any platform you use to listen to podcasts. And we'll be back next time to give you some more Indianapolis Colts content. Y'all take care.
Take it easy.